As you can see, we are on beautiful Lake Salapopka, the Floral City Basin in Floral City, and we are at a place that was kind of unique to Old Florida. The old fish camps were very unique to Old Florida, and we are at a fish camp here in Floral City, Moonrise Resort, that was and has continued to be an Old Florida fish camp and so much more. And with us today we have Sue Ellen Friddle. Hello.
Hi.
She is and her husband are the owners of Moonrise Resort Fish Camp and so much more here in Floral City. What brought you here to Floral City? Was it the fish camp, or did you have family here, or?
No, actually, we came here in 1986 to buy Moonrise Resort and start over in a new business.
And was it like you just like came in and it was just $1 million maker right off the bat, right?
I wish. Actually, we bought it for the mobile home park. It has a retirement mobile home park here on the grounds, but the actual fish camp part was started in 1950, and we didn't have any clue in any way, shape, or form about a fish camp or a hotel or tourism. We moved here from Indiana and loved the area, and we're still here 29 years later.
This place was an Old Florida camp, and I remember even when we moved here, it was not in the best shape.
No.
But I have seen it go from literally falling into the water to the beautiful place that you see today. It's just amazing. You've got fishing here. People don't realize in Citrus County, on this side of the county, that there is a lake.
Yes.
Period.
Right.
Let alone that we can boat and kayak and fish. And I mean, it's called Lake Salapopka, which means bass eating place.
Yes.
So I would think that there'd be quite a few bass in here.
There are.
So yeah, lots of fishermen and anglers out on this lake.
When people come here for the first time, they are just amazed with how pretty it is. I mean, we have an unspoiled view that will always be like this, and we're very fortunate to have this view in Citrus County. We actually have a lot of people that come here to unplug. They turn their phones off, they turn their tablets off, they come with their kids, they make their kids turn all their electronics off and make them enjoy nature. And we have a lot of that here to offer. If they're not on the water, we also have the beautiful bike trail that's just across from our property. And there's just so much to getting back to what people that are our age did as kids. They're trying to get their kids and grandkids to do that. And we have very many generations of families that have been coming here.
I hear that there is a story, a romantic story to the Moonrise Resort.
There is. The original owners, their names were Ava and John Grimes. Ava was the first female that graduated from Cornell University in New York.
Wow.
And she hated the snow, and she packed her bags after she graduated and she came to Florida. And in her travels, she met her husband, John. He was from Jacksonville, and they had heard about a piece of property that was for sale on a lake, and she decided to check into it, and they bought the property here. They actually bought this whole corner of the lake, and they had two boys, and their names were Tom and Paul. And there's actually a road down the street named Tom Paul Drive. And she actually even named the other roads like Angler's Court. And they built the first cabin that they lived in, which is actually now Cabin 5. And then they built the first 3 cabins that are here on the water. And we have pictures of when the construction was being done, and of their boys that were out by the lake playing, and it was really cute because they had chicken wire around them as like a playpen. And we didn't know whether it was to keep the boys in the playpen or whether it was to keep something else out of the playpen.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of history here, and they actually owned the place for 5 years. And one of their boys had a lot of health issues, and back in 1950, there weren't a lot of doctors in this area, so they sold it and went down to the Seminole area, and they still have their family farm down there.
They do. I was going to ask if they still had it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, every place in Floral City is a story, and then within that story is a story, and within that story is a story. And this lake is no different, and the places here on it. We've been described, Floral City has, as the Venice of the Italy of America, is Floral City with all of the lakes that are here. It's been so aptly described as such a beautiful and natural place. Okay, behind us, next to Moonrise Resort, over here you'll see straight across, there's some benches and a thing there. That is the Good Counsel Camp, Our Lady of Good Counsel Camp, and it's a Catholic diocese, I think. It's one of their youth ministry programs. It's been there since 1948, I believe. The Monsignor was big in archaeology, so he used to teach the kids some archaeology, things like that. It has been to bring kids back to nature, to bring them back to God and what matters. It has thousands upon thousands of children that place has touched in the past 70 years.
Oh, yes.
So it's just a beautiful little section of Floral City that nobody really knows anything about, but it shares itself with so much more of Florida. You know, all of the children that have come here, and even my kids have gone there, and it's a great way to get back to nature. To know what it's all about and be at one, and like you said before, no phones, no boats, no motor cars, not a single luxury. But these days, those are the luxuries.
Yes.
I did also find that, you know, Florida itself, the Florida Wildlife Commission, I had looked up some stuff online, they are doing Go Outdoors.
Yes.
Do Florida Outdoors. They have a thing where for women you can go and learn how to do things. For kids, different camps and whatnot. It's real important. We have all these resources for our children to get them out there and to teach them, and now there's people and positions and things in place for them.
Yes.
So hopefully it won't be lost with the computer generation, that people will, you know, the children will grow up and still appreciate what we have here in our nature.
That's true.
So, well, I want to thank you so very much for letting us come out.
You're welcome.
You know me, I'm always calling, do you have a boat? Do you have a rental? Do you have a something? Because I just love this lake, even though I live in Floral City. If you want any information on Moonrise Resort or the lake or anything that Sue Ellen might be able to tell you, we're going to put the website up. It's www.moonriseresort.com. So, and or there's also phone numbers and things in there. Please give her a call. She is the epitome of friendliness in Floral City and hospitality. And I'm very grateful to know you, and I'm very grateful that you let us come out and do stuff. So thank you so very much.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
Well, friends, today has been a very interesting day. We have seen so many things in Floral City that are just beautiful and amazing to see. And little Mr. Parker here, he's still fishing. So if you get a chance, guys, please come down to Floral City. Look at all the beauty we have here, the history, the businesses downtown. You can do just about anything you want to do here in Floral City. Kayaking, boating, you name it. So I would like to thank Parker. Thank you so much, my man. Thank you for coming on today. And thank Mom very much. I'd like to thank Nicholas Ford also. They are a new sponsor for us, and we are very grateful that they have joined the Floral City family. I would also like to send a huge, huge thank you out to two people, Mr. Tom Ritchie, who came and gave of himself today, and his knowledge with us, and shared his information and knowledge about Floral City and this lake. And I would also like to send a huge thank you out to Sue Ellen Friddle and her husband Mike from Moonrise Resort here in Floral City. So graciously they brought us in, and just like Floral City, treated us like family. So when you guys get a chance, I would seriously like to invite you and urge you to come to Floral City and see our beauty and see our history, and maybe even meet up with a soon-to-be star. So thank you everyone for joining, and it's always a beautiful day in Floral City, the real old Florida.
This is Floral City, the real old Florida.